Hello and welcome back to the latest episode of the Laura and Becky Show and the final one of season 4.
Can you believe it?
No.
How quick has that gone?
So quick. I actually feel a little bit sad today about it.
I mean, if you're new, then don't worry. You've not missed. They're all there. They're all uploaded. You can listen to as many as you like. If you're back for more than as usual, we love you. However, the good news is we're only having a week's break.
Yes. Now, normally we have 2, but just the way Christmas has fallen and stuff, we're only having 1. So you're going to be without us for a week and then we're back, baby. And it's full on Christmas.
Next week for us is a very, very busy week.
It is. Actually, I've forgotten our sponsors, Laura. Just need to say that this is sponsored by Ringwood Hall Hotel and Spa.
Hi, guys.
And Dunstan Hall Garden Centre and Bistro. And we love you.
Let's start with dog poo. Okay.
I mean, have we really sunk to a new low starting the podcast with dog poo?
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, and this might make me sound like a right psycho, okay? Now, if you're eating your breakfast, maybe eat your breakfast, then come back.
Oh no, is this going to make us feel sick?
Right, okay, I'm just going to say it. If you're a dog owner or a dog walker, whatever, when your dog stops to do a poo, you can't help but watch.
Oh, see, no, I don't.
I can't help it. I can't, and I'm not the only one. I see many dog owners when their dog's doing poo, they just stand and stare, and you try not to. I don't know. I don't know if that's me.
Is it a weird little obsession?
It's just weird.
It's a bit like, isn't it? Like wiping your kid's bum.
Yeah.
You don't mind wiping your own kid's bum. It's fine, but you can't do someone else's.
You
know what I mean?
You are so right.
Or changing your baby's nappy. You don't mind doing your own kids, but could you do someone else's kids?
No, I bloody couldn't.
No. So maybe it's a similar thing.
It might be, yeah. Picking up someone else's dog poo is gross. Like my sister's dog. What? His poos are horrible. I don't know what it is, Becky, but I don't know if it's just me. But I can't help but watch.
See, I am the opposite on this, right? So I've got little Charlie who is 19 and a half. He's a Chihuahua.
He can't be. He has been 19 ever since I've known you. He never seems to. Are you sure he's only 19 and a half?
I swear down. Mate, February next year he's 20. He's 20.
I think he might be one of the oldest dogs in the world. We need to look into this.
We do need to look into it. Well, Lily started saying this. She now tells people that we've got, well, she said when she talks to people about it, she goes, we've got the second oldest dog in the UK. I don't know why she's put him at the second.
In the UK.
Yeah. She literally tells people like that. He doesn't really go on proper walks anymore because as you've seen many a time, he can't really walk properly or maybe he just sort of stands there, bless him. But I used to have 2 other dogs. So we used to have 3 dogs at one point. So it was another little Chihuahua and there was a British Bulldog as well. Obviously, their poo sizes were very different.
Yes.
One very big,
one very small.
Yeah. But when I used to take them on walks, and I remember actually when I was pregnant with Lil, oh my days, when the Bulldog used to do a big heap of steaming poo, mate, I couldn't watch, I couldn't go near it. I used to have to let it simmer down a bit before I went and picked it up.
You didn't like the steam.
And then when I was pregnant with Lil, I was going, and my eyes used to water and I used to gip so bad. I used to think, how am I going to pick up these poos?
I always say that whenever we see a big dog and they're like, oh, look at that dog. I'm like, you know what I say? Big dog, big poo. That's why I would not get a big dog because it's just gross. Dotty's poos aren't too bad.
They're like medium sized.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know if that makes me some kind of weirdo, but
What do you look at it for? Do you want to see what's in the poo?
No, I don't like go and inspect it. As she's doing it, I just kind of stare. I don't know.
Do you know what? It does really annoy me though, people who don't pick up their dog poos.
I can't even.
No.
I can't. You should know. I honestly think if you don't pick up your dog poo, you shouldn't have a dog.
I agree.
It is illegal, isn't it, I think?
I think you get fined, don't you, or something?
It's really, really bad. Especially if they do a big one on the pathway. It's like, just kick it. If you don't have a dog poo bag, kick it into the road.
Kick it. Kick the poo.
If you don't have a dog poo bag, at least, and it's in the pathway.
Or get a leaf. Get a big leaf and move it.
Something.
Do you know what? I've got a story. I've just remembered a story. Go on. It's about Dave.
Right.
My friend Dave. So him and I, it was heavy rain one day and we were on a dog walk. We were actually going to the pub, right? A dog-friendly pub. But first of all, he wanted to walk his dog Elvis for a little walk so he'd go for his business, right? So we were walking along a very nice road and oh no, sorry, hang on. We hadn't planned to go for this walk, but he knew that Elvis needed to go for a poo, but he didn't have any poop bags on him.
Right.
So we walked along this really nice road of all houses and stuff. He did a poo and Dave was like, oh no, he's like, I've got no poo bags. What am I going to do? And I was like, don't look at me, mate. I was like, he ain't my dog. This ain't my problem. And he went, we're going to have to just like go and like leave it because I've got nothing. I was like, Dave, you can't leave it. He was like, I'm going to have to. So I went, oh God. And we did that nervous like toddle.
You walk off and you think someone's going to be like, oi.
Well, mate, someone did. Someone banged on an upstairs window of one of the houses. And I went, Dave, keep walking. So we carried on walking, but they carried on banging. And then they opened the window.
Shouted at us.
But then what Dave did, which was genius, he went, hey, he went, give over. He goes, I'm going back to my car to get a poo bag. So that like quietened them down. So I walked up to Dave, I went, have you got a poo bag in your car? He went, no. I went, you're going to have to go back now.
He's going to have to. Please tell me he went back.
He did. So we literally walked all the way back to the car. I think he got a carrier bag out of his car and then he walked back and this person was still in the window watching. And then he picked up the poo and apparently he wangled it in the bag. He's like, there, see, I picked it up.
Oh, bloody hell. Oh my God.
I was terrified.
I once was on a bit of a jog with Dottie. This was a few years ago when she was younger.
And just did the actions then.
We were running along really main road. She decided to stop and do a shit in front of a bus stop packed full of people. I didn't have a poo bag. So I just stood there and I was like, stood there with my dog doing a massive turd on the pavement and all these people just looking at me. So I thought, what am I going to do here? What?
Do you ever do that thing where you pretend to rummage in your bag?
I did that.
Hang on, it's there somewhere. Where is it?
So I just looked at all of them and just went, I'm going to have to come back because I don't have a poo bag. I had to run home, run back, picked it up. I got a round of applause, mate.
No.
Whole bus stop were like, and I went, yeah, thank you very much. Right, Ringwood Hall Hotel and Spa is coming near to Christmas. If you are thinking, what on earth am I going to get? Blah, 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 whoever. My mum.
Mum, sister,
dad,
best mate,
uncle,
boyfriend.
auntie, anyone.
Second cousin.
Third cousin.
Yeah, your mum's sister's boyfriend.
Yeah, then get them a spa voucher.
Yeah, I mean,
this is the gift that keeps on giving.
Who doesn't love a spa voucher? And also, if you get them a spa voucher, they might even take you along as the plus one. So you get to go. You get to get a Christmas present out of your Christmas present you've given.
It's genius. They've got so many kind of offers on at the moment. They've got so much going on there. It's worth having a look. Maybe you want to book in for the winter or maybe you want to save it for the summer.
Yeah, I always think January is quite a nice time to go. Something to look forward to after Christmas. Nice little spa break.
Anytime's a good time to go.
Anytime's a good time. Also as well, I've completely lost my train of thought here.
Go on, Becky.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I'm going to put this out there.
Go on.
I think Ringwood Hall Hotel, the spa there, is the best in this area. They've said it.
That's all we're going to say. Look them up. ringwoodhallhotel.com.
So, it was my grandma's funeral on Monday. Now, obviously, we've talked about this in a previous podcast, but there is something else I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
So, the funeral directors obviously turned up on the day of the funeral, and they were brilliant. They were lovely. There was a young girl, who was one of the coffin bearers, right? Mm-hmm. I've never seen this before. I'm not against it, but I've never seen it before. It's normally men, isn't it? Older men get out in their suits and they carry the coffin.
Man-heavy industry.
Yes, a lot of men. I was going to say something else and that's so inappropriate. Anyway, this girl, she looked about 18. Very attractive.
Right.
Makeup on. Mm-hmm. I mean, I sort of looked at her. And, I mean, I was sort of, focused on other things. But I did think, I clocked it. I thought, what's that all about then? Anyway, she did a fantastic job, mate. She was bearing the coffin at the front.
Yeah.
She was the one I later found out that had looked after my grandma when she'd been at the funeral directors and dressed her and did her up.
What?
Yeah. Anyway, where I'm from is very farmerish, as you know, and obviously Uncle Dick is a farmer. My grandma was a farmer's wife. So later on, Dick and I were talking over a gin, and I said, that young girl, she did a cracking job today. He goes, oh, yeah, he goes, that's Farmer Townsend's daughter.
Of course it is.
I was like, oh, right. And Dick always gets his turkey and his spuds from Townsend's. It's in the same village, and that's what they do. So he goes there for his Christmas turkey, all right?
Right.
Anyway, he goes, she's a lovely girl. He goes, she's only 18. He goes, she's mad on dead bodies.
Wow.
And I went, what? He goes, she's mad for them. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean mad for them? And he said that this funeral director, right? They are the only funeral director in Herefordshire, where they're from, that goes out if there's been like an accident or a serious accident and there's a fatality. The funeral directors go in and remove the body.
Right.
She's the one who does it. She put herself forward and went, I want to go and do the bodies.
Well, do you know, thank goodness for people that are like that, because we need people like that.
We do. I mean, we couldn't do it, could we? Can you imagine turning up to a car accident or something and you have to, you know, take a body out? So this is what she does. So she loves
Happy Friday, everyone.
I know. Hey, do you know what though?
No, it's fascinating.
It was so interesting.
Sorry, go on.
Well, no, she just likes fiddling with them as well.
Yeah.
You know how you said about... Sorry, no, hang on. Sorry, that sounds really, really bad. The police are going to turn up at her door and be like, do you fiddle with dead bodies?
Oi, you Townsend girl.
She's like, do you know, remember that awful man? In fact, oh God, this is so awful.
Oh, you're full of these bloody stories today, you.
Sorry, I know it's the last one, it's a Friday. Do you remember he got arrested? I think he's now in prison because he worked at a funeral director's and he was fiddling. Well, he was doing more than that. He was fiddling with the dead bodies. Do you remember the story?
I think so.
Man with glasses.
I think I try and just block things like this out.
Just Google him quickly. Just
I don't want to.
Funeral director who fiddled with dead bodies. David, someone he's called.
David
someone. Honestly, put it in.
I'm just going to Google fiddled with dead bodies.
Yeah, man who fiddled with dead bodies.
David Fuller. You absolute weirdo. How do you remember shit like that?
Mate,
Are you a bit obsessed with dead bodies?
No, but I'm obsessed with people who are obsessed with dead bodies.
Well, obviously, you don't remember anything, yet you remember some weirdo that's fiddled with dead bodies. What's wrong with you?
The story shocked me so much. I remember his face and everything.
I'm not even going to read out what he did. Mate, it was in 1987.
Yeah, but it's only just been found out, mate. It's only recently come to light.
God,
yeah. I think there's going to be a Netflix documentary about this.
He was an electrician?
Yeah. Possibly.
Oh, that's disgusting. When my granddad died, God bless his soul, I was a bit like, I didn't want to go in when he died, but I went in and I was fascinated. I did start poking
Well, you fiddled with him,
I just wanted to touch his body and just see, but it is... Anyway, listen, Jesus Christ.
All right, okay. David Fuller, over there. Christ. Do I need to get the police involved? It's going to be the David and Becky show.
If I was single, right, I would never meet anyone. If anyone listened to this podcast, I watch my dog shit and I fiddled with my granddad's dead body.
It's a good job you've got a husband, isn't it?
Yeah, bloody hell. Right, what's going on in the world?
Okay, this is something I want to tell you about. I don't know if you've heard about this or not. Okay, we're moving No, actually, this is a little bit dead body related.
Please.
So I actually saw this on Unilad, right, on Instagram this morning. So there's a crocodile. He's a Nile crocodile. They reckon he's the biggest in Africa, right? He's called Gustav.
Right.
Gustav. And he's a unit.
Right.
I mean, he is a unit.
Is it an alligator or a crocodile?
Crocodile.
Right,
I think.
Big,
yeah.
Big croc.
He's 6 meters long, weighs a ton.
Wow.
So they've been trying to catch this croc, right, for a good while.
Why?
I think because he attacks people.
Well, I mean, just don't go near him then.
Well, yeah, there is a point.
Oh, they're going to kill him.
I don't know what they're going to do to him. I don't know, but they've been trying to capture him. I don't know why. But this croc, Gustav, he's uncatchable, mate. He's uncatchable.
Good.
And get this, they reckon he's eaten 300 people.
Stop it.
Gustav has dined out on 300 people.
Do you know what I actually think? Being eaten, like, I have a massive fear of sharks and the sea. I think being killed by a shark because you're drowning and you're being eaten alive at the same time, it's awful. But I actually think being eaten by a crocodile would be worse because they get you, don't they? They take you down to the bottom, they like twist you around. Mate.
Haven't you got to play dead?
Oh, your voice just broke then. We're really scared. I mean, we're on the ground. We're nowhere near water or crocodiles, but we're both like, hey, can you see a crocodile from here?
Oh my God. I think what you're meant to do, if ever you're captured by a crocodile, is play dead or you poke them in the eye.
Oh, Oh, right. So whilst it's got you down the bottom of a riverbed, spinning you round, you pretend to be dead. Yes. Brilliant. What is that going to do?
That's my tip of the day.
And then what do you do if it lets you go?
Then you swim off. And then you poke it in the eye. And you turn around and you go...
Right, so you play dead, it lets you go, it looks at you for a bit, gives you a bit of a moment, then you poke it in the eye.
And then sorted. I swear to God, mate, there's going to be somebody who emails us in a few years from this podcast and goes, Becky, I just want to thank you. I was got by a crocodile, but your tips saved me. So thank you.
There we go. You heard it here first. Jesus. Okay, Dunstan Hall Garden Centre and Bistro and Estate have been our sponsors for this season, and we couldn't have been more happier because we always wanted a garden centre at Christmas time to sponsor our podcast. Now we have an event next week with them.
Tuesday night. We are so excited about this event, and we had a meeting with them yesterday, didn't we?
We did.
And actually, we were lost for words, I think, weren't we? Because they were going through the plan for this evening that we're having with a few people there, and we didn't know what to say.
I still can't quite believe it. You know, when you want something to come so quickly, it's like I almost want to get the weekend over. I just want it to be Tuesday, basically.
Yeah.
And it's a big surprise. So we're not kind of telling anyone what's going on.
Yeah. But follow us on Instagram and they can see it on Tuesday because it'll be all over our Instagram.
Yeah. It's going to be incredible. I can't, there's no words.
Well, we were saying that we actually think it's going to ruin our Christmas because it's going to be like an amazing Christmas day. So our Christmas days are going to just seem rubbish in comparison.
I remember before we had the meeting, we were like, right, we're just going to, maybe possibly if they let us do this, it'd be great. And it's surpassed everything.
It's surpassed our wildest dreams, hasn't it?
They've got their real Christmas trees in. Today is the last day you can enter our Christmas tree giveaway. Midnight tonight, that's it. No more. It's going to close. So all you need to do, find our Insta handles at beckyhayesuk, at Laura Summers Lifestyle, and all the stuff is there on the grid.
Yeah, get entering, guys, quick.
Yeah, it's Dunstan Hall Garden Centre on Instagram. What was our mate?
Do you know what? I think our mate, we've just kind of done... Oh, that's an interesting phone call. Yeah. I want the goss.
Wait, what was our mate?
By the way.
Wait, what was it?
It was going to be, I think, our meeting yesterday with Dunstan, but we've kind of done that, haven't we, in there? So,
well, listen, do you know what? We're at 17 minutes.
I think that'll do, to be honest.
I think our mate is this season of our podcast. I think it's been such a good... Becky's like, what? What about it?
What do you mean?
What about it? What's so great about it? Well, Stacey Solomon's followed me on Instagram.
That was a biggie.
We've got our amazing event next week. We've had some really big meetings.
Do you know what? Actually, it's been ups and downs, hasn't
We've
it?
We've had the Christmas light switch on.
Yes.
You've had a funeral.
Yes.
I've had bullying with my daughter.
Yes.
We've had, and we always say, whenever we talk about our podcast, I don't want to be like me, us, but we always say we want to be, we're on a journey. We are grafting to try and get this podcast successful.
Oh,
aren't we?
Yeah, I know it. I know
We're
it looks like we don't do any work, but we do actually, we graft for it, don't we?
Yeah.
And I think we've got plans that we often talk about. We're getting a mood board in the studio, guys. A mood board. Because we have got certain things that we want to achieve, haven't we?
Oh my God, yeah.
And we've been talking about it. Actually, I think on the next season of the podcast, we should let people know what those are and people can come on the journey with us.
Yeah. And I think also as well, I'm definitely learning, and I think I get this a little bit from you actually.
Oh yeah.
Miss Hayes, is that when you want to do something, no matter what it is, if you've got an idea, the thing you must do is start. You just start it. Just start, because we were a bit like, and then we just thought, no, let's just start it. This office did not look like this. It looked like a bit of a shithole, didn't it? But it doesn't matter. We didn't have the right equipment. That didn't matter. It just grows, doesn't it? And also, just to kind of not rush. You're very good at going, let's do this. And I'm a bit like, and you're like, no, let's just wait and see what happens. I'm definitely learning that from you. It doesn't have, basically it doesn't all have to happen at once.
No, it doesn't. And I think, for anyone who's thinking, I don't know, maybe starting your own business or starting your own thing on your own, you sort of think, oh God, have to have the website and everything has to be perfect before you start. Actually, it really doesn't. You just need to start and then you can do everything else later on.
And also find your people. find people that have maybe done the same thing and ask them what they're doing. And like, if they've got anything about them, they'll help you and give you advice.
Yeah. And you know what as well? Be yourself. This is something that we've found, isn't it? Because we don't try and be anything that we're not. And even in meetings and things, because we can get intimidated, can't we? Getting into certain meetings with certain people and think, oh God, we need to know this, we need to know that. Just go in and be yourselves and be honest as well.
So today we've covered dog poo, dead bodies.
Yeah, crocodiles, Gustav.
Crocodiles, you've given out some brilliant advice.
I have, haven't I?
I just want to thank you for that.
Yeah. Be careful out there with all those crocodiles, guys.
Yeah. Imagine if you went on holiday and you got eaten by a crocodile. We're all going to be like, well, she didn't take her advice. Stupid cow. What a silly woman. Anyway, we are off now for a whole week. We're going to be back with a very Christmassy season.
Oh, guys, we're going to be balls deep in Christmas when we come back. So get ready.
Sorry. Balls deep.
I can't wait. I literally can't wait. So yeah, hopefully you don't miss us too much, guys.
Yeah.
We'll be back in a week.
Stay away from them crocodiles.